Fazza Love New Story Poem. You won't believe this. Fazza changed my life. Before I met her, I was completely broken, smiling outside always, dying inside silently. No one truly noticed. No one really cared. Then she appeared. Not loud or flashy, just soft and steady, like unexpected sunrise light. I ignored her first. I feared attachment deeply. Love always betrayed me. Promises always disappeared fast. But Fazza stayed. Through silence and distance, through anger and confusion, through walls I built, she saw everything. The cracks in me, the hidden childhood wounds, the fear of abandonment. And she whispered gently, "I am not leaving." Those 4 simple words shook my entire world. Because people leave. That was my truth. That was my story. That was my curse. But she stayed. Even when I pushed. Even when I lied. Even when I hurt. Yes, I hurt her. More than she deserved. More than I admit. More than I forgive. She cried silently. I watched helplessly. My pride was poison. My ego was fire. Still she stayed. Not weak but patient. Not desperate but loyal. Not blind but hopeful. I asked her once, "Why choose me?" She smiled softly and answered slowly, "Because I see you, not the mask version, not the loud armor, but the scared boy." That broke me. No one saw that. No one looked deeper. No one stayed longer. She held my darkness, without trying fixing, without trying changing, without demanding perfection. And that terrified me, because real love scares. It exposes your shadows. It removes your excuses. Fazza never competed. She never compared herself. She never demanded spotlight. She just loved quietly. In a noisy world, she loved peacefully. In a fake world, she loved honestly. But I tested her. Over and over. I created distance purposely. I waited for departure. It never came. Instead she hugged tighter. Instead she trusted harder. Instead she prayed deeper. For us. For me. For our future. For my healing. Do you understand? Someone prayed for me. When I felt unworthy. When I felt unwanted. She saw king inside. While I saw failure. She saw strength rising. While I saw weakness. That is powerful. That is rare. That is dangerous. Because it transforms you. I started changing slowly. Not for obligation. Not for fear. But for love. Real love transforms. It doesn't control you. It doesn't cage you. It frees you gently. Fazza freed me. From past trauma. From toxic patterns. From emotional isolation. But here's truth. Loving her scares me. Because losing her would destroy me. And I never admit that kind of vulnerability. I never show fear. I never show weakness. Until now. Tonight I confess. I love her deeply. More than pride. More than ego. More than comfort. More than my fears. More than myself. She isn't perfect. Neither am I. But together somehow, we fit beautifully. She understands silence. She understands distance. She understands moods. She understands pain. And she stays. Every single time. Without dramatic threats. Without emotional games. Tell me honestly, how many stay? How many choose patience? How many choose loyalty? Not many. Almost none. But Fazza did. Fazza chose me. A broken man. A guarded heart. A complicated soul. A stubborn ego. And she still calls me hers. Proudly and publicly. Softly and privately. If I lose her, it will be because of me. Not because her. And that realization keeps me awake. Forces me growth. Pushes me maturity. So this confession is my promise. I will fight. I will protect. I will cherish. I will appreciate. I will never ignore what heaven gifted. Because Fazza is not ordinary. She is blessing. She is answered prayer. And if you're listening, wondering about love, ask yourself honestly, who truly stays? Here is your part 2, stronger, deeper, every line exactly 4 words. Emotional confession with powerful hook. You think love easy. You think staying simple. Let me confess truth. It almost destroyed me. Not because hatred, not because betrayal, but because real love demands brutal honesty. And honesty hurts deeply. It removes comfortable lies. It exposes hidden flaws. It kills false pride. Fazza held mirror, not to shame me, not to judge me, but to awaken me. I saw myself clearly, my selfish patterns exposed, my childish reactions obvious, my silent insecurities screaming. I hated that reflection, so I blamed her. I accused unfairly. I created cold distance. She noticed everything, but she remained calm, not weak, just grounded, not silent, just wise. She said softly, I won't fight ego. I'll fight for us. Those words shattered defenses. Because I expected drama. I expected shouting matches. I expected emotional storms. But she offered peace. Peace felt unfamiliar. Chaos was my comfort. Toxic cycles normal. Healthy love felt strange. So I tested again. Late replies intentionally. Cold tone purposely. Emotional withdrawal silently. She felt everything, yet she responded gently, not chasing desperately, not accusing aggressively, just steady presence, just consistent warmth, just unwavering patience, just quiet reassurance. And slowly something shifted. Walls began trembling, fear began weakening, heart began softening. She never begged, she never threatened leaving, she never compared others. She simply chose me, every single day, even difficult days, even silent nights, even heavy arguments. Do you understand depth? Choosing someone daily, when emotions fluctuate, is rare devotion. I asked her once, what if I fail? She smiled confidently, you already trying, no pressure attached, no unrealistic expectations, just belief in growth, just faith in potential. Who believes like that? Who invests so patiently? Who loves so intentionally? Almost nobody nowadays. Fazza loves intentionally. Not for attention, not for validation, but for connection. She values foundation, not temporary excitement. She values effort, not empty words. And that challenged me, because words were easy, promises came quickly. Consistency scared me. Consistency requires discipline. Consistency requires sacrifice. Consistency requires maturity. Consistency requires courage. She had all four. I had none. At least before. Before loving her. Love with Fazza is not fantasy. It's daily decision. It's conscious commitment. We disagree sometimes. We misunderstand occasionally. We both have flaws. We both have scars. But we communicate. We return respectfully. We choose understanding. We choose rebuilding. That choice matters. More than butterflies. More than fireworks. More than public posts. Because real intimacy happens privately. In vulnerable conversations. In tearful confessions. I told her secrets. Dark chapters hidden. Mistakes I regret. Failures I conceal. She didn't flinch. She didn't weaponize them. She didn't store ammunition. She held them safely. That safety changed me, made vulnerability strength, made softness powerful, made honesty attractive. I started apologizing faster, started listening deeper, started reacting calmer, started loving better. Not perfect yet, but progressing daily, because she inspires growth, not through pressure, through example. Through patience, through consistency, through unconditional care. And here, confession, sometimes I fear, I don't deserve a woman like her. But she reminds gently, love isn't earned, it's chosen freely. It's built together. So I build daily, brick by brick, trust by trust, moment by moment. I protect her heart, like sacred treasure, like answered prayer. Like rare blessing, because losing Fazza would mean losing the version of me she helped create, and that version is stronger, is calmer, is more authentic, She didn't change me. She revealed me. She believed first. I followed after. Now I choose boldly. I choose loyalty daily. I choose emotional responsibility. I choose long-term vision, because temporary thrills cannot replace steady love that Fazza offers. If you're listening, thinking about someone who stays patiently, ask yourself honestly, are you protecting them? Are you appreciating them? Are you growing intentionally? Or just consuming love? Because I almost lost something priceless by playing immature, emotional games. Never again. I choose awareness. I choose gratitude. I choose her. Not just today, not just publicly, but privately daily, when nobody watching. This is confession. This is vulnerability. This is transformation. This is real love. And if she hears every trembling word, I hope she knows. I finally understand. Fazza, you matter. More than ego, more than fear, more than past pain. You are home. You are peace. You are answered after countless prayers. And this story is not ending. It's just beginning. If she ever leaves, it will break me, not loudly outside, but silently within. Because this time, love became real. Not temporary attraction, not ego satisfaction. Real love transforms. Real love demands growth. Real love requires courage. Real love sees truth. And truth scares men, especially broken men, especially guarded hearts, especially prideful souls. I was all three, broken and guarded, prideful and distant, afraid of surrender. But Fazza stayed steady, through mood swings, through insecurities rising, through emotional shutdowns. She didn't panic. She didn't retreat. She didn't manipulate. She simply remained present. Presence is powerful. Presence heals wounds. Presence builds safety. Presence creates intimacy. And slowly I realized she wasn't chasing. She was choosing, again and again. Daily choosing matters. When feelings fluctuate, when stress increases, when misunderstandings happen, love isn't butterflies. Love isn't fantasy scenes. Love isn't social media. Love is daily effort. She puts effort, quiet, consistent effort, without applause needed, without recognition demanded. That humbled me deeply, because I expected applause. I wanted validation loudly. She wanted connection quietly. Connection over attention, depth over display, commitment over convenience, future over temporary thrill.